Welcome back to Ultramar Glen. Sunday, the 13th of June, 103 days out from the Bibbulmum Track Challenge. Coming up is going to be the last 2 weeks of training, and for all of you that are time crunched, just a quick update on how this went. 3 sponsors now on board. We've raised over $3,500 at this stage, and there's more to come. 3 of our tier 1 sponsors is Oceanside Chiropractic up in Alkimos there. John does a great job in keeping me moving, whether it's realignment or needling or massage. They do the wide range of things. Thanks again to Oceanside for jumping on board. Eastern Gurma, company I work for, Aboriginal company, very much about giving back to the community, specialising in earthworks and mining contracts. Can't thank them enough for jumping on and supporting myself and supporting Dementia Australia as well. It affects everybody, and the company has kindly offered that not only will they pay the $1,000 for the tier 1 sponsorship, but they'll also match dollar for dollar every employee's donation from Eastern Gurma. So it's pretty outstanding, and thanks to everybody that in the company that has donated at this point. How have I been feeling this last 2 weeks? It's been really a roller coaster. The end of last week was a constant battle. I just felt I was getting smashed. I had 140k up last week. This week I have 160 up, and the last kind of 10-15k is probably the strongest I've felt in the last 2 weeks. So it's very strange, very interesting how the body's adapting. Very much focusing on the mental aspect of it, keeping my goal and my focus, telling myself that over and over and over again. My goal of getting it completed, my target for each day, feeling it, feeling the emotion of how I feel, very much in the forefront of every session, and kind of whenever I wake up and whenever I go to sleep. It's constantly in the back of my mind. It's constantly something I'm thinking of, not just physically improving stronger, but also mentally, because I know the mental aspect's going to be the key. Hope you enjoy this last couple of weeks' videos. Don't forget, as always, leave a comment below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to follow along. Will be a few other things coming up too. Jump in, start watching the last couple of weeks. Thursday, the 3rd of June. Haven't had much of an update since Monday. This week started off very weird. We got my GoPro, decided not to work Monday morning. Clocked up 15k, maybe 18k, something like that. Then Tuesday, had to go to site. Normal chaotic day there. Yesterday, back to work again. Yesterday morning I had to go and get bloods. Blood yesterday evening left. I couldn't get any training done yesterday evening. So nothing done yesterday, 2 days in a row off. Which, let's face it, probably done the body a world of good. So this morning we have done 15k tempo out around the river, and then now I'm just going to clock up 2 till kind of 4k of a cool down before I get back to the office and start work. My lovely daughter Nicole's 21st this weekend. She's having a house party, so we're trying to get ready and prep for that. So definitely behind schedule this week. Felt really strong on the 15k tempo, so it's just a lot of unknowns, and I know saying it out loud now makes it sound like excuses. I had 140k planned, 145 maybe planned for this week, and I'm a good bit away from that, so frustrating, but keep going. Let's see what we can get up. Morning everybody. Friday the 4th, 4:15 again. Out this morning for hopefully get 18k up before work, and then if I can get left work earlier today, I'm going to try and get 18k up before I get back to help and sort out for Nicole's birthday party tomorrow. Yeah, 21. I have a grand total of about 28k up. I should have a lot more than that up. I explained that in the first clip. And look, 2 things will either happen, and I very much suggest if you're watching this and you have these weeks, you do the same thing. If I can make it up comfortably without putting the body under extra stress that's going to affect the big plan for next week, then I will do that. Friday morning complete, 21, just over 21k up. Feeling good, feeling strong. Calf still felt tight from the needling yesterday. Even now walking, still feel, you can kind of feel the bruising and the tightness in them. So very easy this morning. Certainly lower than 130 heart rate for the majority of it, which is good. Part 1 done. Let's see what Friday throws at us to see if we can get some done in part 2. Friday the 4th evening. Home nearly. What we got? Should get up just over 17k, 17.5k. Tired after the 21k this morning. The tempo 15 yesterday. And the needling, I'm guessing. My calves while I was getting onto the train there. Very sore. Get ready for a 21st birthday party. Wow. Wow, this week's messed up. And I haven't done the maths yet, so I don't know what I have to left of the weekend. I'm guessing about 90k. I don't know if that's doable with everything going on this weekend, but hey, we'll give it a try. I just gotta make it to the house, put a smile on, and do what they tell me, pretty much, for the rest of the evening. Wow. Saturday, the 5th of June. Probably about 6:30 in the morning, still a little bit dark here, it's winter time. Yesterday, clocked up nearly 40k, I think it was just over 39, before and after work. Feeling very tired last night actually. I had to get into the house, set up some lights for my lovely daughter Nicole are today. The party's today, the party's tonight. So that's why I'm out another early-ish morning, trying to clock up a few k. Starting to claw back a little bit of the k's. I think I've got like 72 or something, 73 to do over the next 2 days to hit my target. And I know I'm capable of that. Don't want to stretch the legs too far at this point. Still feeling a little bit tight. Aiming for somewhere between 30 and 40 this morning. Time crunch today, so I'll see how long that takes me. Just about to hit the coast. Just about to see the sun come up. Hopefully things get easier. All in all, where the legs was last night to where the legs are this morning, definitely don't feel any worse, which is positive. Still Saturday, just a different little trail from pavement along the coast to the glorious Yabaroo Trail from Burns Beach up towards Butler. What have we got? 22k up. Guessing probably another 10 to 13 left. Should get me close to the 35 as I expected. Legs are surprisingly still moving. Not gonna lie, it's a bit of a challenge making them continue to move. They are heavy. Achilles a little bit strained on both of them, both legs, so a lot of positive thinking, deep breathing, trying to relax. A very occasional walk break at the minute. Certainly still trying to manage the heart rate nice and low. It's tough. It's good. One of them days where mentally I'm growing, mentally knowing I'm having to push the legs to keep moving, to keep going no matter how slow, is going to be key on them long days. Keep pushing. And whenever I mean pushing, I mean keep moving. Slow. Very slow. So slow. Oh my god, it's so slow. But it feels tough. Keep going. 21st. I'm glad I have to go for a run. Hopefully it's cleaned up by the time I come back. Oh, Sunday. It's sick, as you can see from the little snip. Party was a success last night. A lot of cleaning up. I've tried to escape onto the trail for now. Hopefully somebody will have started and there'll only be a little bit. How'd we go yesterday? After my 32k run, it was a case of getting everything looking pretty. I should have took it before video. Getting everything pretty for the party. Had no chance to sit down, put on boots, to recover, anything like that. Today's legs feel heavy, very heavy, but along with the heavy legs goes the deep fatigue. I am currently 3.5k until I run. Target is 41k to get me my total. I know I don't have enough nutrition with me. The plan was to do 20k now this morning and maybe 20k again after. To be honest, something tells me if I don't try and squeeze it all in now, I might not get it done. Sleep. Let's just say this could be a deep fatigue training run, and I know that during my Bibbulmum track challenge for dementia, during that 1000k, let's face it, there's going to be times where I'm going to be deep fatigued. Hey, it's a training day, right? Train as if you're going to race. The couple of hours sleep that I managed to get last night goes a good way to pretending as if it's similar. But what am I finding today, this morning? I'm finding that everything's just tougher. Heart rate's not going up at all, which sore throat. I don't know whether that's from the cold air or the talking or what's going on last night, but sore throat, body just is at its whack. Wednesday I give blood tests, so that might explain why things are a little bit flatter. Just noticed a bruise in my arm earlier on, so I don't know what's going on with the body at the minute, but I know 4k into a 40k run, today's gonna be tough, so I'll keep you updated. Glad I went that way. So while I have you, just over 14k up. Today's all about survival. Not fast, not pretty. Move. Try and get into a little place in my head. Just keep moving. Haven't eaten much, haven't drinking much. Keeping low effort. It's hard. It's a hard day. But the good news is over 14.5k away from the house, so if I want to get home I'm going to do at least 30, and my plans to keep going that away from the house till at least I hit 20k, and then must do's a wonderful thing, Glenn. How do I put myself in these positions? It's definitely fatigue. It's probably the biggest issue today. I'd already been pushing the fatigue limit all week, getting up early, getting out for my runs, and even the day I was on site, so my average of 6 hours sleep for the rest of the week. Throw in 2 hours sleep last night and the body just seems to be in a little daze this morning. 27k up. Still hard, not getting any better. Not any worse than the first 4k, in fairness. Every k is just as bad. By the time I get near the house it'll probably be about 35, 36k. It'll be very hard not to stop in at that stage 1. Emotionally, just to check, see how or if the tidy up has started, because I do feel bad, so it might be a case of pop in, sort that out, get the marquee down, get everything ready, and then try and force myself out this afternoon. My concern with that is the forcing myself out this afternoon. So you're at that point where you just want to quit, you want to stop. Things are not going well. Some of the things that I have found extremely useful in training days like that and races whenever it gets to that point is to do a couple of very simple things. One, to know that there's always highs and lows in ultras in training. It might just be a current low that you're going through, and it's one thing to know that. It's one thing to believe it and to know that it's going to get better without using a lot of energy. If you want to conserve as much brain power as you can for one step in front of the other, just one step in front of the other, you want to get into that rhythm where it just feels like, even though it sucks, even though it's hard, you're not thinking about that, you're not thinking about anything, you're just going through the motions, one foot in front of the other. Just know deep down inside that if you keep moving, you will get to the end of the training session or end of the race. It might not be the race that you wanted, it might not be the training session you wanted, but you keep moving, not thinking about much, one foot in front of the other, fairly neutral state in your mind. You're not thinking about the suck, you're not thinking how bad you are, you're not beating yourself up on that, because that uses twice as much energy as trying to be even positive and tell yourself you're doing well. So that's the number one tip I have for you whenever things are not going according to plan. The second one is nutrition. Now this is a strange one and very personal to everybody. I have found in the past, whenever things get to that point where I'm just low, I'm gone into survival mode, I'm just moving, I'm just barely creeping by, that the less I put into my body, and that might sound very counterproductive, the less I try to force in at once, maybe is a better way of saying it, in my fatigue state. I find if I shut down everything, I'm just going through the motions, I am doing my walk-run strategy, I'm just getting through it, that I'm not burning as much energy, I'm not pushing it hard, I'm waiting, and I'm just going through the motions until I know that my body is back into the mode of, okay, let's kick on again. What I have found is water, probably the best for me, electrolytes, coconut water, something simple, something easy for my body to take in and absorb while it's trying to recover and trying to go through the necessary steps to keep me moving. The minimal calories that I can get by on. Constantly eating, as in little bits every kind of hour, as opposed to maybe every 15 minutes that I usually eat. I find that helps me certainly anyway. If you've been in that state, we have two choices, and the more we choose to keep moving, the more we choose to keep moving forward, the more we choose to keep moving, the more we tell ourselves we're not going to stop, this is it, ain't no other options. Your brain's in that process of trying to tell you it's way too hard, you're not capable of this, that you want to stop. That's what your brain's wanting to use all that energy for. It's wanting to get you to stop putting it through the pain, stop you putting it through the suffering. It wants to take the easy option and rest, pull out of the race. You know and I know that deep down you want to get to the finish line. You want to get through that training session. You want to keep moving forward. So that's why I try to switch that brain off, go into that quiet place where everything is just muscle memory, going straight through the emotions. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be keep moving. Today reminds me of a saying, some days you're the hammer and some days you're the nail. Today I very much feel like the nail. Since the first 2Ks that I run, I wanted to stop. Everything hurt, everything sore. My training's starting to hit new levels for me. In the last few weeks I've set big goals that I want to achieve, so I know I have to keep pushing the boundary, and I need to know that I can keep moving no matter what. Little feeling like a nail thing today. I'm quite prepared to take the bashing as long as I keep going in, moving forward, do what I'm meant to do. It'll be okay. And I know someday soon, maybe even towards the end of this run, and certainly for parts of this run, I have felt like a hammer where things have been going great and I've just been smashing it. I accept that I take the good with the bad and the ugly. This is the ugly. Not this training session. Don't be nasty. Wow, nasty people. Alright, I'm back to supper. I gotta switch off my mind again. This is all starting to hurt again. Hopefully somebody's finding a little bit of use from this, and hopefully your training's going well. Don't forget, as always, find something from this video, hit the like button, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, what's wrong with you? What? Go subscribe. Whoa. Sunday evening, 36k up on the last run earlier on this morning. Back to the house, got the marquee down, then managed to get a couple of hours in my recovery boots just to see how the legs feel after it. I don't know why I keep expecting them to be as new, but they're not. Plan at the moment, 5k to get my target of 145k out. My Bibbulmum 5-finger shoes on, 3.75k up. Turned at 325 just to show the brain who's boss. Alright, just over 6k, 6.2 up. That went better than I thought. I even managed to knock out the last k in about 4:20, which again, for me, fast. Probably one of the quickest k's of the 140 that I've done, 145 that I've done this week. Really happy with that. Target reached, 1k over. Didn't look like it for a while at the beginning of the week, but I know today that 6k this evening hasn't added anything of huge value other than the fact that mentally I didn't want to do it. Body told me no, head told me no, and I still managed to get out of the house and do it this evening. So it's a mental win, which is pretty awesome. Keeps me on target. I really want to get into the habit of hitting my plan targets, so that'll really help come into the 1000k run. Monday 7th, I want to say. I'm gonna guess the 7th. Probably later on I'll update. Bank holiday here, so off today, thankfully. Out early this morning, well, early for a bank holiday. Woke up, didn't set the alarm, so about 7:30. I'd say I was out by about 8. What have we done? 10.5k at the minute, so 10k to the turnaround. On the plan today, it had 30k's. Now, considering yesterday and the last 4 days were such big days, decided to split this morning into 2. So started off with it in my head that I'd go out and do 15 and 15 tonight. Got to 7.5 and thought, let's make tonight easier. So I'll clock up 20 now this morning, and we'll see how this evening goes. Very cautious that since Thursday last week I have clocked up quite a few k's. Thursday last week I've clocked up 130k, so very cautious that even though the body doesn't feel overly bad, I know the extra sleep last night certainly helped. Plan for this week is 160k. Feeling, as I said, really strong. Looking forward to this week. Looking forward to being able to hit that 160k. Will be the biggest week in a while. Glorious day, not too hot, not too cold, sun's out, a little bit of cloud, about 7k of it along the coast. Wow, what more could you want? Wednesday the 9th, we are, coming up to 1 o'clock during the day. Yesterday didn't get anything done because on site visit, picked up some sort of a head cold since, I had 38k planned for today, to and from work, so gonna slip out now. I have been working from home because I didn't want to spread my disease all over the office, so I'll head out, do a quick 10k now at lunchtime, bit of tempo, see how the body's reacting after the first few k's warm up. Wednesday over, 12k up, 3k warm up, 3k tempo, and then 6k kind of cool down recovery. So we done for the day, back to work. Thursday the 10th, morning complete. 16k from the train and a k and a half to it, so 17.5k up. Hamstring on the left feels very, very tight the last k. Wasn't sure if I was going to make it. And calf on the left felt very tight this morning, so glad it rain. Glad it's done. One of them ones that I really didn't want to start, but glad it's over. Thursday 10th still, evening time. Guessing somewhere around 5:30 p.m. 10k up from work. How am I feeling? Tired. Not gonna lie. Very, very tired. 10k up. I have eliminated the earlier options of shorter runs on target for my 38k's today. Mentally, I've been able to make the tough decisions, keep moving. Physically, I hope the body doesn't end up pushing back, but we'll try and manage that. 162k up in the last 7 days. Feeling mentally strong, physically tired, so all in all, average. We keep pushing. We get tonight done. That's another big tick in the box this week. So Friday the 11th of June, about 4:40. Legs very, very tired this morning. Start the first k a little bit slower. Hopefully after the first 10k's, which now seems to be the norm. Mentally, physically, the body will relax. We'll be able to move. Whew, see how we go. Friday the 11th, very nearly over. I end up with 22k today, and it's been tough, as I mentioned this morning. 5k this evening, hard last night. Had 180k up in the previous 7 days, which is definitely taking its toll. Yeah, I feel very much that I need the bit of downtime this evening. It is a Friday evening too, good excuse to get home earlier. So only did 5 this evening. I'm hopeful that it helps me out. Total of 70 to clock up over the weekend, which is manageable. Keeps me on target for my 160, so as long as there's no curveballs life throws at me, we should be good. Saturday the 12th, nearly 4k up this morning's run. It's a little bit later, which till the sun come up until I woke up naturally. 30 to 40k on the cards today. I might split it into 2 runs, just so I'm getting that family balance right during the day. Feeling okay, mentally good. Legs have a couple of little issues, but nothing too major. And we'll see how we go today. 11k up, feeling not too bad. Things starting to loosen out a little bit. Still trying to keep that nice, relaxed running feel. Low heart rate, nothing too crazy. A very odd walk to get some food in. Hopefully, another 20k I'll be able to say the same. What a morning, but wow. 20k up onto the lovely ghost trail up at Yanchep. Should end up around 40k before I get back to the house. All about survival. Still having fun with it. 37k up. How am I feeling? I'm probably as strong as I have all week, to be honest, which is quite crazy to my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, legs are tired, but I think I have nailed nutrition today, something that I haven't really been focusing on in the long term, in terms of been taking a gel every hour and eating my nut and fruit mix in between times. Getting a little bit tight on water after deciding to do that extra 10k loop. Kind of rationing that. I am cautious that I'm been out running for the last 4 hours 20 minutes instead of spend that time with my lovely family at the weekend. Yeah, I'll get back, not squeeze in too much more today. I do feel like I could keep going, which is great news, because I have to keep going whenever the bib challenge is happening. The really good news that I feel like I can keep moving today after the big week that I've had. Saturday finished at just over 43k. Morning everybody. What we got? Sunday the 13th of June. Just over 29k up. I don't know how this has happened, but feeling really strong today. I'd say the last 10k averaged about 5:45, which, considering what I've been doing all week, it just felt comfortable actually. Don't get me wrong, things are still tight. I can't explain it. Have that 29k up, that's my 160 reach for the week, so target done, yay me. Next week it's a rest week as I mentioned, so I had only 80k planned. We'll see how that goes, do a little bit more tempo stuff. Another couple of k's to the house, and that is me done. Wow. Hope you enjoyed this last couple of weeks videos. Don't forget, as always, leave a comment below if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button to follow along, and thanks for watching.